Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we are going back into this month's event quest. This is the last chapter. This is against the Mangog boss. New chant for this month. He looks pretty cool, and he's got some interesting nodes on him that can make him a little bit tricky, but overall he's not too bad. And first I'm going to go with Torch and just nuke this guy. So he's got Power Lapse, where basically power drain, power burn abilities are reduced each time you do that. He's got a heavy hitter, where he's got unstoppable empowered immunity, and then right back at it, which basically gives him debuff immunity when you knock him down. So I have a rank 3 Torch. This guy's Mystic. This is the only fight that I used him on for the quest. I'm just gonna parry a bunch of times to build up some temperature and some smolders before I start going into them, and then just parry medium, light, medium. This gives me the most incinerates on him. It keeps my temperature high. Trying to get him to throw a special, and he doesn't. He throws a special too. I just blocked that. That is a crazy looking special too. I'm sure it can be fully evaded, but I'm not going to try that quite yet on my first attempt at seeing this guy. And you can see this guy's just melting there. We do get some power stings on that special. I'm not going to do a special 3, I believe, to knock him down. I'm just going to let him melt away. I'm not even sure he gets to his unblockable, unstoppable state, because basically he gains 2 of his hatred charges, those purple little demon icon ones. It's not purple, it's like a dark blue. Every time he throws a special, and yeah, he only threw, what, 3 specials? And died. So yeah, Torch is a really good and easy option. Save the pre-fight. And yeah, so we took him out. Looks like we had a little warm match. We're in the off season right now. And yeah, so here's got all the rewards, and then it has this bundle, which is Cavalier bundle, 29.75 units for basically a bunch of shards, refills, revives, and boosts. And I really want those greater champion boosts so that I can use them in war. And I thought about it really hard, but I bypassed it because the refills, all of the revives would be going into the overflow. I would probably use the refills, but you know, 7.2 isn't out, so I just, the value wasn't there. 5-star shards, the calves, and the 6-star shards were good, and the boost, I just didn't feel like it was worth that cost. But so next up, I went on the line that the path that had a bunch of like the regen stuff, and so I built up Aegon really pretty high. He's almost at 600 combo, and so he's going to be hitting pretty hard with those furies, and he throws that special, and I just need to throw another special to get rid of the unstoppable. And I'm getting over into this corner there. We throw off the special 1, it deactivates that. So pretty much the main strategy you want on this guy is you want to not throw your specials until he gets to his 10, and then I get wrecked over here in the corner. But I have a bunch of furies. He's got the debuff immunity on. I go in with a bunch of those furies and able to do quite a bit of damage. And I would probably recommend only doing like 4-hit combos, because if you do a 5-hit combo, you give him his hatred charge, and that is what will activate once he has 10 his unstoppable and unblockable on a special attack. But it wasn't clean, but I was able to get him, burst him down with Aegon. It definitely wasn't quick to get Aegon built up for that combo, but it was, you know, it's kind of fun. Next up, we have another run. Am I doing Starlord or Mr. Fantastic on this one? Looks like Starlord. Starlord's good just because he's got big damage. If you can keep a combo, you can just beast this guy down. And Starlord, you know, he's a great champ. One of the original best champs out there. I mean, as long as you can play well and not lose your combo, he is great. So again, like when you finish with a 5-hit combo, you give him one of the hatred charges. If he throws a special, he gains 2, and then once he gets to 10 like that, he goes unblockable and then unstoppable. And so to turn it off, you have to use a special attack. And yeah, it's nothing too crazy. Just realize when you knock him down with your special attack, he's going to have a debuff immunity for a short period of time. It's like 6 seconds. And then like when he's on that 10 charges, just pretty much I would do a full combo on him because he can't gain any extra hatred until that cooldown gets turned on. But yeah, I just would recommend not throwing any specials until he gets to his 10 hatred, because you're going to want to unload on that unless you have a mechanic like slow or something that will turn off those unstoppables. Here I say for a special 3, we're going to light him up, do some decent damage on him, and then that's going to turn off the unstoppable. Coming out of this, he is going to be debuff immune, but you can kind of just keep pushing him to his special 1, and he's pretty aggressive to where he will keep throwing it. And then when that debuff immunity comes off, you can pretty much parry and go at it again. And yeah, so this guy is not too difficult. He does also have a passive power gain. He's a mystic champ, you know, kind of like Doctor Strange or Symbiote Supreme, that they have that passive power gain. And he has that immunity debuff where I think he's like incinerate and shock immune, I think. So just be aware of that if you use champs and he's got the empowered immunity. That can give him a lot of power gain. And you really don't want to see this guy's special too. I'll need to work on seeing if I can figure out how to get an evade on that. But if he's got 10 hatred and he's throwing that thing, you cannot block it. So good luck. Hopefully you survive. Yeah, Starlord, we're chipping this guy down. We're getting some decent damage off now. 7k crit there at the end. I think we're going to finish him off with a special 1. No, don't even do the special 1. Just get a combo. So what was that, 118 hits? So not too bad. As long as he's throwing that special 1, you're pretty good. It's pretty easy to get out of range from if you're not cornered. Yeah, so next up we have a run that I'm going to do with Mr. Fantastic. I don't think I even apply the pre-fights because I'm not going to be heavying him like normally. Normally I would do with Mr. Fantastic to like refresh debuffs and stuff, just because he becomes immune to all debuffs when you knock him down. And so he does have that heavy hitter, so he's going to be unstoppable. He's got the passive unstoppable. I do have SheHulk on the team, so anytime I apply a debuff, which is basically the stuns, I do apply a max of 3 power stings, so that's going to help with some damage. I'm just going to try to get this guy to throw his special 1s. He's thrown 2 so far. 1 more, I'm going to get that locked down and get the steady passive for the special 1. And yeah, then I will be gaining some extra power. I think I'm going to try to bait it. He's going to get to 10 hatred as well. Here we go. And then I'm going to throw my special 3. Take off the unstoppable. I'm going to get a fury from my L3. And you know, this fight is not fast by any means. Mr. Fantastic can definitely do it, but I do end up messing up. I think it's like right towards the very end I get cornered and didn't deal with that very well. But I do have that passive fury. You know, damage output is is fairly decent. I mean, if I could get some debuffs on him and then have him stick, that would be nice. But you know, he's got that debuff immunity when you knock him down, so it's just not gonna happen. But he can still do the fight well. And then if you happen to get hit, especially by the special one, once it's study passive, you're gonna see like I am gonna get cornered towards the end, and I'm gonna get hit by I think 2 special ones in a row, and it does really little damage. And mainly it's because of that study passive, and it makes that special really weak, which is nice. It's kind of got its own little protection mechanic in there. And yeah, Mr. Fantastic, you know, he's definitely not the hardest hitting champ, but he's more just for utility. It's great to have on the team to apply debuffs and whatnot to the other champs that you might be using. And you saw this is a rank 5 max sig, Mr. Fantastic. I do have a 6-star, but he's unawakened and he's still at rank 1, so maybe someday, if I get enough science catalysts and whatnot, he might go up. But we'll see. We'll see what all my science champs bring, because he is very convenient at times to put on the team. And yeah, we're going. We're at like 100 and something hits. This is pretty much the same hit count that Starlord had, and we're only halfway through. So I had to throw off a special there to take off the unstoppable, and we do that. It does give him the debuff immunity, and yeah, so we're just going to town slowly. I need this guy to throw a special. He does throw the special one, and we're just trying to get out of this corner. And I think I will end up throwing a special 3, but I want him to get to the full 10 hatred so that I can take off that unstoppable. Okay, so here he's gonna get to a special 2 now. I'm like, please just use your special. And I get whacked. I get 2 special 2 study passive on there and 22%. So I'm thinking I can still do this. Is not too bad. It kind of would have been nice to get to him another special 2, but I'm not sure if I blocked it, it would be enough. I know Mr. Fantastic would evade some of it, but I'm sure it would have been okay. But he did end up throwing a special 1, and then I missed the dex there, and then he throws off another L1, so I get hit again, boom, and I die. Really unfortunate. I was trying to throw off the special 3 to get out of that corner and take off the unstoppable build, but I was just too slow. So we're gonna go in with SheHulk to finish him off. SheHulk. Now the interesting thing is like you can't apply a slow to him. Well, you can, but he has the immunity, so it takes it off. But I think I was watching another video of somebody else. I'm not sure if it's going to show in this or not, but it seems like it's still there because the unstoppable isn't fully unstoppable. I think I'm going to kill him first, though. And we're not going to see that, but yeah, SheHulk is a great option to use on this guy because you can get around those unstoppables. But she gets the assist after I failed with Torch. And then next up, we're going to use another option, which you think wouldn't be the best, but he does work, and it's Void. I think I do apply pre-fights on him. I think I apply both the, I think I don't do the Petrify, it's the debuff Siphoner and the last one, Suppression Field. because those are unique. You know, it's not going to do a ton because I'm not going to knock them down, because if I do knock them down, those are going to get purified from the debuff immunity. But it's just going to give me some extra damage towards the start. It's going to reduce some of his power gain. And I'm just going to do a slow play. So I'm doing a parry and I'm waiting, stalling, and then I'm doing a light, medium combo. It's kind of like a mix master combo, but and the reason why I'm doing that is just because I feel like I'm more comfortable slowing my combo down in that way. You can do like a light, medium. Yeah, so when he's got this unstoppable and unblockable, the unblockable ends up turning off, and then you just kind of gotta slow down a little bit, have your parry game on point, and just wait it out, and then just redline it. So I want him to throw a special, and he does. Block part of that, decks out the rest. But I am over here in the corner where I'm just like, this is not ideal. It's not too crazy to dex out of. I mean, it's kind of they're slow, big movements. But yeah, I am over in the corner, and you're gonna see in just a minute I'm gonna mess up, which I was kind of sad about. I do have Killmonger on the team, so every time I do get a debuff put on this guy, from the intimidating presence, I do heal. I'm dexing some of those heavies. I need to get a parry off, and I just baiting the heavies, and I get smacked. I probably should have just thrown an L3, and I think I was trying to, and I just get smacked. And I probably should have just got out of the corner with an L3 and then restarted with my debuffs and whatnot, but I failed. And then I think I go back in on this one with SheHulk. I think I was like, who should I use? Yeah, and I go back in with SheHulk, and SheHulk finishes him off. And I think this is where I do some heavies to apply the slow, and it's kind of there but kind of not, or at least I've seen some videos where it seemed like the unstoppable wasn't active, even though it didn't show up on the screen. So we'll see that hopefully in a second. Hit him with the L1. Boom, there's the big L2. Just block that. Looked like there was like 3 or 4 hits in that. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to dex it maybe. I wish there was a dual target to practice on. Use some of my daily dual credits, but we'll see. We'll see when this guy gets added into the game, or if somebody takes him to rank 5 or rank 3 and has him as the top profile champ. So let's see. Do I heavy knock him down? He's gonna throw his special and get the unblockable and unstoppable next. Okay, here we go. So I hit him in there. Well, okay, so we heavy through that, which is a normal mechanic. I swear I thought I saw something else online with somebody else doing it, and it was kind of like persisting. But SheHulk gets another assist. Unfortunately, I died with Void. And then next up, who do I got on this team? Darkhawk. So I'm gonna go in with Darkhawk. You know, Darkhawk doesn't really have anything particularly going for him on this, but I just thought it would be good. I like using Darkhawk. Darkhawk is a fun champ to use. I do have Night Thrasher on the team, so I'm going to start in a random mode, and I'm going to hope and pray that I start in null mode, because that gives me the damage, and boom, I do get the null mode, which is great. So my damage output is ramped up, and you kind of see there, like this fight, it was kind of laggy. I'm not sure if it's going to show again, but towards the beginning it was just like lagging out. And here he throws, and I think there's some other parts in this fight where it shows that it's lagging, but I think after this fight was over, I just shut off my phone and rebooted and started over because it was, I don't know if my phone was overheating or whatnot. I usually don't have many problems with it, but here we're going to throw a special 3, get rid of those unstoppable unblockables, get back into null mode, and the synergy also is like against villains. They gain less power. Plus I have max petrify, so when I have them stunned, they gain 30% less power. So you can see that this guy isn't gaining a ton of power, and I'm not doing full combos, and so it takes a while for this guy to get enough power to throw a special, and then I am doing full combos there, but to get to the hatred, and I'm just trying to cycle back to L3, and it looks like he does have some energy resistance, so the null mode doesn't do as much damage as I was hoping for, but it does okay. But this is going to be a different fight, or a long fight. I do get smacked there, go into shield mode, and then I'm going to go back into null mode with the L3, but I think I had that stagger on, so I think I'm not going to heal when it switches me over. We'll have to see. I think I had a stagger on. Yeah, so it took off that regen, which was unfortunate, but not a big deal. But you can see, like, he is right now, so he's immune to it's because of the shock effect, and he's immune to the incinerate and the shock, so that's why my damage is a little bit gimped here, because normally, like, the shock energy damage that he gets while in no mode, it's pretty significant, and does quite a bit, and I'm missing out on that when he has that immunity up. But yeah, we're just gonna keep cycling back to L3, and I think besides that one mess up just a moment ago, I think we end up finishing the rest of this fight pretty clean. I think it takes about 200 hits total or so, but overall not too bad. He can work. A lot of champs can work on this guy. You just definitely don't want a champ that has a lot of shock or incinerate damage, because when you knock him down and then you start hitting into him, he's going to give him a ton of power, and then you really don't want to push this guy to a special 2. But yeah, Darkhawk, you don't see him a ton. I used to use him a lot back when we were doing map 7, when Omega Red was a mini boss and he had the healing. Darkhawk's special 3 can put on a pretty long heal block. He's a robot, so he doesn't build up a lot of spore damage quick, and he can really put out some big damage in that null mode. But yeah, I think this is about it. So he gets back to his hatred, unblockable, unstoppable. We're going to turn it off with the L3 and get back to null mode. Gets to where we can do some good damage. He is debuff immune when you knock him down, so just be aware of that. So if you throw in a special 2 or a special 1 or whatever, you're not going to be able to parry or whatnot coming out of those specials. So but yeah, we get him down. I do think Mangog, man, he looks pretty awesome. Got some cool horns, got that wicked looking tail and whatnot. But yeah, Darkhawk does the job. 184 hits total. Definitely not the fastest, but he can do that. And then last up, for the 7th attempt, 7th path, I'm going to use Punisher 2099. And then if you're still here listening to this, Warlock, I haven't mentioned this, but Warlock absolutely wrecks like the whole entire map. He's so good with that tech node. But we're going in with Punisher 2099. I have him awakened at rank 2. I don't use him a ton, but he does do really, really well when he has his battery at max. When he goes into overdrive, he can shut down the power gain that you give via your combat hits. So when you hit him, he gains very little the opponent gains very little power. And I also put on a synergy with Captain America and Vision, so that when the opponent throws a special, they get fully power drained, which is kind of nice. So if you if you push him closer to L2 and he throws his L1, he's going to drop all the way down to 0. And so you can pretty much do a bunch of draft back, intercept, 4-hit combos, and just kind of go to town on this guy when you're in overdrive. Get some pretty significant damage. I'm not knocking him down just because I can't get those armor breaks, because he's going to be debuff immune. And so I'm just doing 4-hit combos, and then I'm trying not to do the 5-hit combos to give him extra hatred. This is going to let me just kind of go to town and rebuild battery up really easily without having to throw the special 3. We do throw the special 3 here because he did get to his 10 charges. He's going to be debuff immune. So I can't remember the debuff that Punisher 2099, it's like a neutralize or something. That's going to get purified, or it's not going to get applied because of the debuff immunity. But not a big deal. This guy's really aggressive, so you can just do those 4-hit combos and then pretty reliably get that intercept in. Now he's close to a special too. See all that power from the synergy from Captain America and Vision is going to get drained. We're almost to max battery. Boom. Now we're into overdrive. So he's going to throw another special, and then we're just going to go ham on this dude with a lot of 4-hit combos, dash back, intercept. So he's at 0 power, and then we're just going to go back and forth. He kind of dashed back on that one, but I think from here on out, it's pretty reliable and easy damage. And you can just see, like, he is getting his passive power gain, but the power gain, I do get tagged. Nice. Forgot about that. But the power gain that he does get from me hitting him while in overdrive, it's like nothing. So yeah, you can just really just go to town on this dude. And I would recommend not doing full hit combos, because you want to build those hatreds up as slow as possible, so you can kind of just keep going to town. And yeah, but he is going to get to his 10 hatred on this next special, and then we're going to throw off another special 3, and then we should finish him off fairly quickly thereafter. But yeah, let me know who you guys use. I know there's a lot of guys that can take this dude down. You can obviously use lesser champs, but for me, I go in here, try to get the Cavalier done as quickly as possible, and use who I would normally use or try to use, and show just a variety of options. I mean, the quickest I could have just done Torch all 7 times, but that's no fun. It's a little bit boring that way. But yeah, I hope some of these examples helped you guys. This boss is definitely not the most difficult. I think overall the quest wasn't too bad this month. Kind of nice to get the Nexus Tier 5 CC collector option, and I haven't opened that yet. I think I'm just going to hold on to it for a little bit until I get close to something that I really need to use, and then I'll use the selector. But yeah, so we finished them off. That's all 7. We got 5 solos out of 7 attempts. Not too bad. Unfortunately, I died twice. But yeah, there's all the rewards. Kind of nice. 6-star 6 crystals, which is super nice. I form a 2.5cc. Bunch of shards. And so I'm going to just show the crystal that I do open coming out of this, because I just got over 10,000 shards. And we're going to open up a crystal, 6-star crystal, hopefully get a banging 6-star champ. And little preview, we do. I'm super excited about what I pulled. But yeah, so we just have over 10,000. And I looked, go down, I'm looking, I'm like, should I just open this now? And I scroll back up to look at when like the next feature comes out and when those champs get put into the basic. It's 11 days. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna wait. So we open this and I think I back out. No, do I back out? No, we're just gonna spin it. And you know, I'm looking for a really solid dupe, somebody that I can take to rank 3. And check this out. It's not a dupe, but it's a thing. And I love thing. If you haven't watched my channel, I love thing. And I'm super excited to have another one. I'm gonna take this guy to rank 2 during the next level up event, which is actually happening today on Saturday, March 13th. And yeah, I'm just so stoked to have this guy. Now I have the debate. Do I use the Science Awakening gem on him, or do I use it on Void, who I just took to rank 3 like last week? So kabam, just messing with me. I've been holding on that, hoping that I could get thing, and I took Void to rank 3. But I'll get this guy to rank 3, not too far off in the future. I have a little over half a T5CC. But yeah, thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.